And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, John Weber. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host for this evening, Mr. Bernie Fershpan.
Good evening, everybody. And that was the fabulous Sir John Weber on the piano.
I've been knighted. Oh, no. Tonight's the night.
It's official. And I did hear a yay out there when they introduced me. Thank you so much. Whoever said a yay.
Yay, yay.
Yay. Good evening, everybody. It feels like a very special night, doesn't it to you? I feel a lot of love in this room. How about you? There must be somebody very special here. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah.
Yes.
Woohoo! Well, welcome everybody to the Metropolitan Room, the world capital of cabaret. Thank you. Thank you. We did a rehearsal before. I don't know if you remember. It's a very special evening. I'd like to welcome all of you for joining us in this beautiful evening, Friday, the 15th of April, 2016, in our monthly series we call This Is Your Night. I'm Bernie Fershpan, and I'm thrilled to be sharing this evening with you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I didn't expect that. It's actually not for me, it's for somebody else, but okay. As managing partner of the Metropolitan Room and host of This Is Your Night, with the help of friends and family, we'll be honoring an extraordinary individual this very evening. This Is Your Night is based on a classic premise and profiles a guest honoree who has contributed and supported in a significant way to the arts, in particular here in New York City. These unsung supporters of the arts get their long-awaited due right here. The honoree receives a gift tonight from the Metropolitan Room. In recognition of their tireless dedication and hard work, the tribute features a lineup of entertainment professionals, family, and friends who will share story, song, and comedy in celebration. A little comedy. In celebration of, yay! We're recording this, by the way. Let's not ruin it. This is, by the way, being live streamed, so yeah. Hopefully there's 10 million people watching. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are saluting an individual with one of the most impressive records of personal and professional contributions to humanity and the arts. This is your night, Christel Ibsen. Christel Ibsen is a true baby boomer. She was born in Denmark in 1946, and not in a maternity ward, but instead made her debut in the hospital's elevator. Her mother commented to Christel later about how her enthusiastic personality exposed itself before anyone was ready for her delivery because she couldn't wait to start living. By the way, Christel's father was world-renowned Dr. Bjorn, I hope I said that correctly, Ibsen, founder of intensive care medicine. Did you know that? That's pretty impressive. Christel's three siblings, Keek, did I say that correctly? Keek, yeah. Who I understand is not here, unfortunately.
She is here.
Oh, she is here! Yay, Keek, I'm glad you're here. Fantastic. I'm glad you made it. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Well, oh, wonderful, wonderful, Keek. Thank you. We have Aneta, correct? Yes, Aneta. And Tomas. Yes. I've been practicing the Copenhagen accent all day because I don't want to make any mistakes. Thank you, sir. And you're here from Copenhagen to celebrate their sister with us tonight. Give them a hand for coming out from Copenhagen. It's a short flight, right? All right. At age three, a few days before Halloween, her family moved to Massachusetts. Christel's first words in English were trick or treat. She fell in love with America because, in her mind, it was Candyland. Christel was a natural businesswoman. At age 11, she founded a babysitting business and subcontracted other schoolmates for a 10% commission. At 20, Christel returned to the United States to study Greek mythology at Radcliffe in Boston. It is there where she meets not only one, but two of her three husbands to be. Bob Lovard, husband number 3. I like that. He's the important husband and remains her husband today and is, of course, here tonight. The previous two I did not invite. Eileen Ford of the Ford Modeling Agency discovered Christel at Harvard-Yale football game. It was exhausting work for successful model Christel, traveling from New York to Boston and Paris. Ugh, that's terrible. And for clients such as Pepsi Cola and Revlon, Clairol, 17, and Harper's Bazaar. What a career. What a career. Give her a hand for that. Incredible career. She eventually ended the career, her reason being, I was never good at standing still and taking orders. So she grabbed the camera and with her best friend Judy Murr, also here tonight. Yay. Yay. embarked on a successful career photographing the French prêt-à-porter. Did I say correctly? Prêt-à-porter shows in Paris. In 1973, Spencer, Christel's son, there he is, yeah, is born. He is here tonight. Where are you? Yay! All right. I feel like I know you. And he's here with his wife, Sarah, and his 3 beautiful daughters that I met outside, Celia, Scarlett, and Gretel. Right there. Soon after, with the help of Sharon King, who is with us tonight, Sharon King, and WBZ's Women Today, Christel became a tipster for People magazine. That must have been fun. Perfect. You're quick. John, you're quick. In 1974, Christel married for the second time and moved to Paris, where she formed her production company, Autre Vision. Autre Vision. Thank you. And for the next decade, she and her dear friend Mary Kilgariff, also here tonight. There's nobody here from New York City, by the way, tonight. Everybody's here from all over the world. Let's see. Also here tonight, film, the shows of many famous couturiers, right? That's designers, I think. Couturiers. Yves Saint Laurent, Chanel, and Valentino, to name a few. Outre Visions grows to include special events for the French luxury industry, the Dior 40th anniversary gala, Harper's Bazaar 100th year, and culminated with becoming the liaison between Elsie and the White House, for which she received a medal at the White House in December 1986. In 1987, Christel's life changed dramatically when she was diagnosed with a profound hearing loss. She sells her company, divorces, and moves back to the United States, where there's a lot of candy. In 1989, she marries Bob, the important one. 24 years after her first kiss at the Harvard Business School weekend. The ensuing decade was spent between London and New York. While trying to make sense of her deafness, Christel experienced a eureka moment. She shifted her perception of loss of a sense to a gain. The silence gave her the ability to hear the world in a different way. He's good. You're good. I got gigs for you. She realized that she could feel the colors of things she could now only see. She discovered that she could paint. By 1998, she is profoundly deaf and becomes one of the 60 persons to receive the cochlear or cochlear implant, depending where you're from. It was a miracle, and for the first time in 7 years, Christel could hear again. And I'm sure you hear all of this tonight, right, Christel? Wonderful. In 2012, that was good. What was that?
That's actually, you could see me now.
Name that tune. Let's play that game. In 2012, Christel was approached by Cayman Hospice Care and asked to create their annual calendar as a major fundraising tool. Her realization that her art could be used to raise funds for causes dear to her heart was an epiphany for Christel. Her art has been offered for such worthy causes as Operation Smile and Global Action, for which tonight's event is dedicated to. Anybody? Name that tune. Smile. There you go. Christel has become a fixture with the New York City cabaret and theater scene. Amidst this eclectic and electric group of artists and performers, Christel has found a home for her passions and talents, and we thank you for that. Continuing Christel's commitment to fundraising, she and her husband, Bob Lovard, have hosted many events at their home to help promote cabaret, the Mabel Mercer Foundation, and individual artists. She also arranges for literary and musical events to be merged, thereby helping to promote all forms of artistic expression. She has had a full life, from model to producer to artist to patron of the arts, but most of all, she prides herself in being a wife, a mother, a grandmother, and friend. Thank you, Christel. So, we are here tonight to celebrate the birth, happy birthday, the birth and accomplishments of this dedicated member of our community. Here's to the multi-talented, successful, sometimes tumultuous, but always interesting and vivacious Christel Ibsen. The performers tonight will be sharing their love, appreciation of music with a lady they respect and admire in the highest order. We thank you for your fascinating stories, your smiles, and generosity over the years. And now, on with the show. Let's celebrate and honor Christel Ibsen's contribution to our community with a really big show. And I'd like to bring up to the stage my co-host tonight. And let's see, she is back from London after a successful run of her award-winning Sondheim show. She's the artistic director of the Mabel Mercer Foundation. Guess who? K.T. Sullivan.
Thank you, Bernie Fershman. Now, yeah, that's first of all, I'm going to move this. That'll be for later. All the singers you'll hear this evening are the creme de la creme of New York cabaret. And they all happen to be friends of Christel Ibsen. And but you'll have one bona fide Broadway star, which we're saving until the end. Her name is Carol Woods. She's sitting right here. So don't leave early. But to begin our show, all I can say is fasten your seatbelts. Carol J. Bufford.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I wanna be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray and step around the heart of it. New York, New York. I wanna wake up in the city that doesn't sleep, to find I'm king of the hill, top of the heap. My little town blues are melting away. I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. Come on, come through New York, New York. New York, New York. I wanna wake up Thank you very much. Wow. Thank you so much. I gotta say, I've never sung that song in public before. For you, Christel. Now, I first met Christel and Bob, I would say it was about 2 years ago. They were wonderful, generous hosts of the Cabaret Convention after party. And I was invited in their gorgeous home, along with the other performers that night. And I gotta say, I've never met anyone quite like Christel. You really are a supreme human being. A great Dane, you know? So I figured that joke was gonna be made a lot tonight, so I wanted to do it first. They really, Christel and Bob, though, you were such wonderful, gracious hosts and such generous human beings, and I'm so thrilled to know you and call you my friend. You've met my mother now. My father's right out there. You'll meet him tomorrow night. But now, as I mentioned, okay, I'd never done that song before, New York, New York, and I've also never sung this next song. But when KT wrote me and said, these are the two songs, well, first of all, they're Candor and Ebb, so yes, please. And second of all, the second song that I'm going to do, I would say, is your theme song, for goodness sake. So I'm highly honored to sing this for you tonight. Love you. What good is sitting alone in your room? Come hear the music play. Life is a cabaret, oh chum. Come to the cabaret. Put down the knitting, the book and the broom. Time for a holiday. Life is a cabaret, oh chum. Come to the cabaret. Come taste the wine. Come hear the band. Come blow your horn. Start celebrating. Right this way, your table's waiting. No use permitting some prophet of doom to wipe every smile away. Life is a cabaret, oh chum. Come to the cabaret. I used to have this girlfriend known as Elsie, with whom I shared 4 sordid rooms in Chelsea. She wasn't what you'd call a blushing flower. As a matter of fact, she rented by the hour. The day she died, the neighbors came to snicker. Well, that's what comes from too much pills and liquor. But when I saw her laid out like a queen, she was the happiest corpse I'd ever seen. I think of Elsie to this very day. I remember how she turned to me and said, what good is sitting all alone in your room? Come, hear the music play. Life is a cabaret, oh chum. Come to the cabaret. And as for me, I made my mind up back in Chelsea. When I go, I'm going like Elsie. Start by admitting from cradle to tomb. It isn't that long a stay.
ladies and gentlemen, was Carol Bufford. Now, Christel, the next performer, absolutely adores you, and she's an up-and-coming superstar in the cabaret industry. Please welcome to the stage, everybody, Marissa Mulder.
You look amazing. Okay. Just have to get the mic situated, okay? Thank you. Don't go changing to try and please me. You never let me down before. I just want. Can we start again? Don't go changing to try and please me. You never let me down before. Don't imagine you're too familiar, and I don't see you anymore. I would not leave you in times of trouble. We never could have come this far. I took the good times. I'll take the bad times. I'll take you just the way you are. Don't go trying some new fashion. Don't change the color of your hair. You always have my unspoken passion. Although I might not seem to care, I don't want clever conversation. I never want to work that hard. I just want someone that I can talk to. I want you just the way you are. I need to know that you will always be the same old someone that I knew. What will it take till you believe in me the way that I believe in you? I said I love you, and that's forever. And this I promise from my heart. I could not love you any better. I love you just the way you are. love you, Christel. This one I don't want to screw up, so I'm just going to move this over so it's not a total train wreck, you know? Christel, thank you for having me. You're such a sweet person. And this, yes, please, yeah.
All of these songs are Christel's favorite songs. And Marissa learned these two just for Christel. Thank you.
But they're so beautiful. I'm so glad I've learned them. So I will continue singing them, and yeah, it's gonna be great. All right, let's do it. For once in my life, I have someone who needs me, someone I needed so long. For once, unafraid, I can go where life leads me, and somehow I know I'll be strong. For once, I can touch what my heart used to dream of long before I knew someone warm like you could make my dreams come true. For once in my life, I won't let sorrow hurt me, not like it's hurt me before. For once, I have something I know it won't desert me. I'm not alone anymore. For once, I can say, this is mine, you can't take it. As long as I know I have love, I can make it. For once in my life, I have someone who needs me. For once, I can say, this is mine, you can't take it. For once, I can say, this is mine, you can't take it. As long as I know I have love, I can make it. For once in my life, I have someone who needs me. Thank you.
And that was the fabulous Marissa Mulder. And now, Christel, one of your favorite artists is coming up to sing for you. You've seen him all around the world. Please welcome to the stage Mr. Eric Eve Garcia.
Eve Garcia.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Okay. Let me uncorset myself here. I've wined, undined, and mulligan stew. I never wish for turkey, as I've hitched and hiked and drifted too, from Maine to Albuquerque. Alas, I missed the Beaux-Arts ball, and what is twice as sad, I have never been to a party where they honored Noel Cad. Social circles spin too fast for me. My, oh, Bohemia, that's a place I want to be. She gets too hungry for dinner at 8. She loves the theater, but doesn't come late. She'd never bother with people she'd hate. That's why the lady is a tramp. She don't like crap games with barons and earls. Won't go to Harlem in ermine and pearls. Won't dish the dirt with the rest of the girls. That is why the lady is a tramp. She loves the free, fresh wind in her hair, life without care. She is broke, but it's oak. Hates California, it's cold and it's damp. That's why the lady is a tramp. She loves a prize fight if it's not a fake. She can see from her house Central Park Lake. She goes to the opera, she stays wide awake. That is why the lady is a tramp. She loves a ball game, I don't know if that's true. The bleachers are fine. She loves the columns, she reads every line. She'll proudly tell you Charles René is a friend of mine. That is why the lady is a tramp. She loves the Normandy grass under her shoes. What can you lose? She is flat, that is that, and she's all alone when she lowers her lamp. That's why the lady is a tramp. That's why the lady is a tramp. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, I would like to. I'm not that short. Oh no, that's fine. No. No, okay. I will. I promise. I wanted to say just one or two things. I had the privilege of joining Christel and Bob in Normandy very nearly a year ago last year. And there's a story that Christel's very, very fond of telling about me, the infamous story about me and the cow. Now, I've been to France many, many times in my life. There's not much to do in Normandy that doesn't involve apples or cows. That's true. But I was on my way. I was going to play in London, and Christel had been so sweet. She knew that, and she said, "Come to Normandy." And I really wanted to go. But I thought I would test her 3 times to make sure she meant it. And I asked her 3 times, and each time she had not forgotten, and it was true, and so I went. And I got to Normandy, and yes, there was a cow blocking our path. We got in the car one day. And we're on the picture. It's like a tunnel of green. It's a literal green tunnel. The trees grow and connect overhead, and it's like you hold an emerald up to light, and it's just vibrant green. It's just a tunnel of green, and we're going in a little country road, and there's a cow, an escaped cow, and they stopped because you can't go around it, and so we stopped. And it's true, I did get out of the car, and I did get the cow to get out of the way. That's true. But if any of you, and I'm just going to take a wild guess, most of you have been to Christel's and probably have heard this story. I'm not going to tell the cow story. The story I want to tell about Christel that really, for me, touches my heart, and I think is so much the Christel that I adore, is... we had gone to Honfleur, and lovely Apple had gotten sick, and it really looked pretty bleak. And we got into the car and we drove at breakneck pace to Deauville and Trouville, which are the neighboring sort of seaside coastal lovely resort towns there. And we're going, and I thought to myself, this is not going to go well. And we're driving, and Christel was insistent. She said, get me to the Normandy Hotel, and the people at the front desk will know me, and I will find a doctor, and we're going to make this work. And I have to tell you privately, which is now not privately, I was skeptical. And we get to this palatial hotel. And she runs in, and I'm sitting in the car, and she comes back, and she finds a vet in this drowsy seaside town that's open. And we go, and we drop off the dog, and we're all standing there, very hung faces on the sidewalk. And she says, we're going to go to the Royal Hotel, and we're going to have Pim champagnes on the terrace, and I'm going to tell you about my life. And we did, while we waited for the vet to come back. We were waiting to see what would happen to the pooch. And we went, and we had there was nobody in this hotel, and we sat, and she regaled, she regaled me and Bob, but Bob, of course, knew all the story. But she regaled me with all the stories. And there were stories I'd never heard before. Extraordinary things about a leopard and crazy things. And fascinating stories. And an hour went by, and we had this drink. And I called the vet, and we found out that we could go and pick up the dog. And it was really the most extraordinary moment of Christel's style and bravura and strength that I think I can come up with, because she literally grabbed the moment in her hands and she said, this is what we're doing, and we're going to go, and we're together, and we're going to make the most of it. And that's precisely what we did. And then we had a lovely meal, and it was a beautiful afternoon. And that's the story that probably more than the cow, that I remember about you, because it was a beautiful moment. Thank you. It's quite true. And I am enormously grateful to the both of you, because I spent time together with you in your home in Normandy. It was like I was on a trip with people I've known all my life. It really was a family experience, and I'm enormously grateful, and thank you. Yeah. Okay, now I gotta do this thing here. Okay, here we go. Okay. And because we first ever met in a little church in the Bronx, that's true. We literally did meet in a church in the Bronx. voit danser le long des golfes clairs à des reflets d'argent la mer, des reflets changeants sous la pluie. La mer au ciel d'été confond ses blancs moutons avec les anges si purs. La mer, bergère d'azur infini. Voyez, près des étangs, des grands roseaux mouillés. Voyez ces oiseaux blancs et ces maisons rouillées. La mer les a bercés le long des golfes clairs et d'une chanson d'amour. La mer a bercé mon cœur pour la vie. Et d'une chanson d'amour, la mer a bercé mon cœur pour la vie. Pour la vie.
And that was Eric
Thank you
Eve
very much.
Garcia. And now, this young lady is a newcomer to New York City, but taking New York by storm. So let's give her a huge New York City welcome to the lovely and talented Lauren Stanford.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here tonight. Where is that? There she is. To be celebrating a beautiful artist and a joyous lady like Christel. So this song I'm going to sing is the lucky reason that I got to meet her. I sang it at the Cabaret Convention, and she came up to me afterwards and said it resonated with her and invited me to the most gracious gathering at her home, where she gave this inspiring speech about stillness. And then she asked me to sing the song, and I didn't bring the music with me. And she said, that's okay. John Weber can play anything. So she said, just tell him the name of the song. And I said, well, it's a quiet thing. And he said, that's okay, just tell me the title. So I'm lucky enough that he wrote out the chart for tonight, and I'm thrilled to be able to sing it tonight for you, Christel. What do you call a job at Garrett and Malik's? What do you call a fashion illustrator? What do you call assisting Mr. Stanley? Me. What do you call $30 a week? 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. run. No, I don't. I wanna scream. No, I don't. I wanna. I wanna sit down. I don't hear anything. You're supposed to hear bells, drums, trumpets. I don't hear anything. Do you hear anything? No. Well, what do you know? When it all comes true, just the way you planned, it's funny, but the bells don't ring. It's a quiet thing. When you hold the world in your trembling hands, you think you'd hear a choir sing. It's a quiet thing. There are no exploding fireworks. Where's the roaring of the crowd? Maybe it's the strange new atmosphere way up here among the clouds. But I don't hear the drums, I don't hear the band, the sounds I'm told such moments bring. Happiness comes in on tiptoe. Well, what do you know? It's a quiet thing, a very quiet thing. What do you call a job at Garrett and Malik's? What do you call a fashion illustrator? What do you call $30 a week? Well, what do you know? It's a very quiet thing.
Beautiful.
And that was Lauren Stanford. And back to the stage is Mr. John Weber.
Hey. Okay. I did not know Christel in the 70s. A lot of you did, but I did not. I met her in the 2000s, in the uh-ohs. That was the decade that just happened. The 70s, well, I think I need some special lighting. JP, do you have anything 70s for me? I'm going to do a song that she requested. I've never played it before. Okay? So, you're forcing me to learn new material, and I love you for that. Thank you. Thank you for expanding my horizons. Okay. When you're in love with a beautiful woman, it's hard. When you're in love with a beautiful woman, you know it's hard. Everybody wants her, everybody loves her, everybody wants to take your baby home. And you're in love with a beautiful woman, you watch your friends. When you're in love with a beautiful woman, it never ends. You know it's crazy, you know you want to trust her, and then somebody hangs up when you answer the phone. When you're in love with a beautiful woman, every time it happens, the gentle part, it just convinces me more. When you're in love with a beautiful woman, you watch your eyes. When you're in love with a beautiful woman, you look for lies. Everybody tempts her, everybody tells her she's the most beautiful woman they've ever known. When you're in love with a beautiful woman, you go it alone. Disco, 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 disco. That's the drums. Love with a beautiful woman, watch your friends. When you're in love with a beautiful woman, it never ends, except it's going to end right now. Thank you. All right. It's got potential. It's got potential. Let's say, and I'm in love with a beautiful woman. I could do something with that. I could work with it.
Okay, that was Mr. Weber.
Hey!
Up next, Christel, you're going to love this one. She is a recent a recipient of the Dallas's Leon something award. Not sure what the last name is, but it's an award, and she's traveling the country now, and you're going to love her. Her name is Lindsay Holloway.
Yes!
Happy birthday, Christel. The more I see you, the more I want you. Somehow this feeling just grows and grows. With every sigh, I become more mad about you, more lost without you. And so it goes. Can you imagine how much I love you? The more I see you, as years go by, I know the only one for me can only be you. My arms won't free you, my heart won't try. John Weber. Can you imagine how much I love you? The more I see you, as years go by, I know the only one for me can only be you. My arms won't free you, my heart won't try. My arms won't free you, my heart won't try.
And that was the classic sound of Lindsay Holloway. And Christel, one of your favorites, she's one of today's best jazz singers. Please give it up for Natalie Douglas.
Oh, this is lovely. Okay, so one of the songs that Christel has asked for me to sing tonight, I have not sung since I was probably about 7. It is far more appropriate for me to be singing it now. Because even then I knew it was really about sex. Yeah, I did. But I thought it was really pretty, and I liked singing it. So this is the first time I'm singing it in front of people instead of, cats and stuffed animals, so awesome. And I really love it. I don't know how you knew I love this song. Let's just pray that I remember it. You ask me if I love you, and I choke on my reply. I'd rather hurt you honestly than mislead you with a lie. But who am I to judge you, or what you say or do? I'm only just beginning to see the real you. And sometimes when we touch, the honesty's too much, and I have to close my eyes and hide. I wanna hold you till I die, till we both break down and cry. I wanna hold you till the fear in me subsides. Romance and all its strategies leave me battling with my pride. But through the insecurities, some tenderness survives. I'm just another trapped within my truth, a hesitant prize fighter, so trapped within my youth. And sometimes when we touch, the honesty's too much, and I have to close my eyes and hide. I wanna hold you till I die, till we both break down and cry. I wanna hold you till the fear in me subsides. At times I'd like to break you and drag you to your knees. At times I'd like to break through and hold you endlessly. At times I understand you, and I know how hard you try. I've watched while love commends you, and I've watched love pass you by. At times I think we're drifters, still searching for a friend, a brother or a sister, but then the passion flares again. Sometimes when we touch, the honesty's too much, and I have to close my eyes and hide. I wanna hold you till I die, till we both break down and cry. I wanna hold you till the fear in me subsides. I love you so. I too met Christel about 2-3 years ago, and one of the things I most enjoy about being around Christel and Bob is Christel and Bob. I mean, the way I've been happily married for 16 years, and but we've known each other for 27. I don't remember. 24? Okay, 24. And we enjoy each other immensely. And I love to watch you guys enjoy each other. No one loves it more than Bob when Christel starts to tell a story. And what I love best is that he knows it. He knows how it goes. He knows what's happening next. And sometimes he'll interject, and Christel will make the like, no, not now face. And it's the best. It's such a like palpable, tangible, everyday demonstration of real love. And that makes me so happy. Thank you for sharing that with all of us. Because, you know, it wouldn't be adorable if they didn't so love each other, you know? Then it would be awkward and kind of weird. But it's so gorgeous. And thank you for letting us all be a part of it. So I'm really happy to sing this next love song for you. And since I have already sung this once before, I figured that in order to keep with the theme of learning something new for you, I should learn the verse and sing it tonight for the very first time. So KT already knows it. I may need you, okay? Words can work. No. Okay, got it. What good are words I say to you? They can't convey to you what's in my heart. If you could hear instead the things I've left unsaid, time after time, I tell myself that I'm so lucky to be loving you, so lucky to be the one you run to see in the evening when the day is through. I only know what I know. The passing years will show. You've kept my love so young, so new. And time after time, you'll hear me say that I'm so lucky to be loving you. What I know, the passing years will show. You've kept my love so young, so new. And time after time, you'll hear me say that I'm so lucky to be loving you. So lucky to be loving you.
And that was the incredible Natalie Douglas, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Christel, up next is yours and mine favorite people in the whole world. These two guys are our favorites that ever lived on this planet ever. You ready for this? Eric Rudy and Russ Weatherford.
There are lots of nationalities around the world that just domineering Americans, like about which we will chortle. There is one particular nationality in Europe that I can think of. Where I know a woman who was run over by a car twice in one day, broke every finger on her right hand, jogging in Central Park of all things, and is not only indestructible, but she is very likely immortal.
There is nothing like our Dane, nothing in the world. There is nothing we can name that is anything like our Dane. Christel and Bob live on a hectic island.
Yes, they do. Manhattan.
Wedged between Jersey and the Atlantic Sea.
Yes, that's
They long to return to a special island.
one that we have had the joy to see.
Cayman Isle will call you to its shores and turquoise seas. Cayman Isle, we adore your azure skies and island breeze. Cayman Isle, Cayman Isle, Cayman Isle. 101 pounds of fun. That's our little sugar plum. Get a load of sugar plum tonight. Baby, we're filled with glee. Her siblings
came across the sea.
She's the one we honor here tonight. She's raising money. Honey, give your money to our sugar plum.
Who can explain it? Who can tell you why? Fools give you reasons. Wise men never try. The wise man.
Some enchanted evening, when you find your true love, Bob, when you feel her
true.
call
That's
you across a crowded room, then fly to her side and make her your own, or all through your life you may dream all alone. Once you have found her, never let her go. Once you have found her,
That's actually him.
never let her go.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope these two guys are now your favorite people in the whole world ever. Eric Rudy and Russ Weatherford, keep it going. All right, Christel, you know we have a surprise guest for you. She wrote a song for you and she wants to sing it. She's known as KT's mother. Please give it up for Elizabeth Sullivan.
talk to my daughter about the position I'm going to be in when I'm in a show. I don't ever want to follow that kind of act.
Russ and Eric, thank you. Sugar plum, don't you love that? My sugar plum? My sugar plum? Look at this. This is Bernie's special here. And Marissa's used this, so pros use this. It's okay.
Yes. Be fine. I'm so excited to do this song for our darling Christel tonight. It's the first time it's been performed, as you know. And I just think it's the spirit. I tried to write about the spirit of this beautiful, lovely lady. The party begins when Christel walks in. We know it's time. It's time to start. Her smile lights the room. We know that soon we will going to have a time of delight. Oh, Christel, it's her birthday today.
Happy birthday, darling.
How does that song go? It's new, it's fresh, it's still wet. Now this is my song. Okay. The party begins when Christel walks in. We know it's time. It's time then to start. Her smile lights the room. We'll celebrate soon. A wondrous affair. An affair of the heart. Christel's birthday is here, and folks far and near have come to applaud her tonight. It's a magical time with songs full of rhyme and singers to sing with delight. It's more interesting here. Knowing she loves them, they all want to say, we are so glad that you dig cabaret. Full of expression, she paints glorious scenes, oceans and faces, and actions of dreams, colors of shimmering, glimmering style, drawing us in with her brush all the while. H1 and H2 both loved her, I'm sure. They worshipped her beauty, her brain, her allure. But she wanted one who was perfect pitch sound. Bob came again with his love so profound. I had to put those words in this song because he actually said that. Bob said those words. I want to be Christel's most profound love. Oh, Bob. The party begins when Christel walks in. We know it's time. It's time to start. We'll celebrate soon this wonderful time. Celebrate a time. This time. this wondrous affair, an affair of the I think maybe this is time for Mama to hang him up. Oh, you think so? Well, we're trying to do this just for you tonight, darling. It was one of the most interesting evenings I've ever had in the home of these lovely people. And Christel had this wonderful idea. She said, our song is, Anne Marie sang it so much, You Needed Me. And she said, what I want you to do, Bob, you remember this very well. She said, we got in the bedroom, you and I together, Christel. And she said, this is what I want you to do. Bob's going to stand there, I'm going to stand here and look at Bob, and you're going to stand back here and sing, You Needed Me. So here she is looking up at Bob, and she's mouthing the words, and Bob's looking at her so lovingly. And I'm singing the song, and she couldn't see me. You know, she was looking at Bob. And I heard her singing, and she was right on, and putting such emotion into it, and singing her heart out to her beloved. And what I did, I kind of backed away from the mic and put it up to her mouth, and she sang beautifully. Didn't know she was singing it, so everyone could hear, but I had the mic up. And it was the most beautiful moment. You were singing to your Bob, and it was really beautiful. She knew I was going to sing it tonight, and she said, but I'm not singing. And this is such a good song. I cried a tear, you wiped it dry. I was confused, you cleared my mind. I sold my soul, you bought it back for me, and held me up, and gave me dignity. Somehow you needed me. You gave me strength to stand alone again, to face the world out on my own again. You put me high upon a pedestal, so high that I could almost see eternity. You needed me. You needed me. And I can't believe it's you. I don't believe it's true. I needed you, and you were there. And I'll never leave. Why should I leave? I'd be a fool. 'Cause I finally found someone who really cares. You held my hand when it was cold, when I was lost. You took me home, you gave me hope when I was at the end, and turned my lies back into truth again. You even called me friend. You gave me strength to stand alone again, to face the world out on my own again. You put me high upon
pedestal, so high that I could almost see eternity. You needed me. You needed me. You needed me. You needed me.
And that was the most amazing Elizabeth Sullivan. And now let's welcome back to the stage my co-host for this evening, Katie Sullivan.
Now, Christel likes all art. She appreciates all art. And I must say that there's something I've found in art, in whether it's painting or music or literature. The best ones are the ones who are still children. You can't lose that child. Just like Natalie's singing like the 7-year-old with that song. You got to keep that child in you. And I have a Christel on my wall, I'm very happy to say, that she dedicated to me last year. And I especially love her seascapes. You can see, you are aware of her wonderful seascapes from the Cayman. And with children, Christel loves children, and I love the way my mother mentioned. My mother's a writer. She wrote that song for Christel, but she's written many songs. And I was reading her these writings, and she said, we all need to keep the child in us, to be a good artist, to be a person. Let's keep the child in us. And when Celia was 10, she wrote some beautiful writings, and I want to share these with you. This one she wrote called It's Complicated. And it was to Scarlett. Celia's here with Scarlett and Gretel. They're sitting with Christel here. And this is by Celia. It's called It's Complicated. To Scarlett, she said this. Trying to fly, but can't you get your feet off the ground? Birds, you say, fly freely. You say you want to, too. Just close your eyes and listen, and then your dreams come true. This one's called Building Dreams. And here she is on the sea with her little sandbox. I stack the sand on top of the turret, then go to find some shells. Go get my friend the crab, and he helps me build. Then when it's done, we say goodbye. But this is my favorite. I hold up my arms and point them to the wind. The wind sings to me, let the run begin. So I close my arms, and soon I see I am in the wind, and the wind is in me. Poets often use many words to say a simple thing. It takes thought and time and rhyme to make a poem sing. With music and words I've been playing. For you I have written a song, to be sure that you know what I'm saying. I'll translate while I sing along. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, let me fly, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, fill my song, let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, in other words, I love you. Now, one of Christel's favorite charities is Global Action. And now I'd like to bring up to stage Bob Zuber to give us a few words about Global Action. The reason we're all here, besides Christel, is Global Action. Bob, where are you? Come up, darling. Come, come, come. Come, come, come to the church in the wild. While he's coming up here, this is by Eric Rudy. Yes, isn't it? And this is by my new friend, as of tonight. Laura Anderson did this. And Christel's fascinator with paintbrush. Bob.
How are you? Thank you. Good to see you. Thanks so much. Thanks very much, KT. My name is Bob. I am not a budding superstar. But I do have a nickname, which is B2. And the reason I have a nickname B2 is because B1 is sitting right there. And the reason we had to distinguish is because on numerous occasions at Christel's house, as dinner was being prepared with Tessie, who's here somewhere, and Christel and Tessie and Christel, and every once in a while, maybe every hour or so, there'd be this bellowing from the kitchen, Bob! And so B1 and B2, before we were B1 and B2, would pick ourselves up and at the speed of sound run to the kitchen because we didn't want to be in any more trouble than we obviously already were. And along the way, we would step on the dog, we would spill wine, we would knock over utensils, and basically create Armageddon. And so the idea was to create a distinguishing characteristic that would allow us to know which one of us was in the most trouble at that particular moment, and then only one of us would have to respond. So I am the B2. Always second, just real big problem that I have. In the corner are some of my colleagues from Global Action, some of the most wonderful people I have ever met in my life, and some of my best friends. And if we're going to get this, if we're going to get this world on track, it's going to be those folks who do it. Certainly not me. I'm not going to sing, for which you should be grateful. You cannot tempt me to sing at this particular moment. We all work with UN diplomats, and the theme song for the UN is something along the lines of like "We Can Work It Out," which is an old Beatles song. Thank you. That's quite enough. This week it was more like theme from the Titanic, so I don't know if you can. Oh, I feel so much. Brings back memories of like 3 hours ago. Thank you so much. It's fantastic. So I'm going to tell just a couple really quick stories, and then say a few words about Global Action. And Christel, happy birthday, and we all love you so much. We're just so grateful to be here. The first story involves, they're both about kids. One of them is courtesy of Julia Edwards, who's sitting in the back. This was a group of kids who came from City's School, which is a very interesting place. The kids show up when they want, they do what they want, they pay attention or don't pay attention. And we were talking to them about Asia, of all things, which they could find on a map, and they were fine. And we all did our little thing, and they were sort of interested in Asia. And at the end, one of the girls, who wasn't paying that much attention, maybe she was 14, I don't know how old she was, she came up to me and she said, can we make a YouTube video together? And I said, as long as I don't have to sing, I think that would be just fine. I said, what would you like it to be on? And she goes, I'd like to teach people how to love. And I said, well, the idea isn't so much to teach people how to love, it's to get them to practice it. And I said, do you think that people can be taught how to do that? And she said, I'm not sure, but let's make it anyway. So we're going to make it anyway. And the second story is I think, even more interesting. Some of us have been participating in the interviews for the next Secretary General of the UN. And the questions they've been pretty interesting. One of them, for the foreign minister of Moldova, who's running for the office, came via video from a maybe 14-year-old boy from Brazil. And the boy said, my question is, if you don't get this job, do you still care about the world? Do you still care about us? The best question. And there was the best. And there was laughter in the UN because diplomats are as anxious as the kids are about the state of the world. And but they all believe that you have to have a position to make a difference. Every one of them. And the better the position you have, the more change you can apparently make. There's no empirical evidence for that, but that's what they believe. Whereas this kid believed that what you need to make change is to have a big heart and a robust brain and passion, especially passion, which we've had plenty of here tonight, to leave the world in a better position than it was when you arrived. So Christel, this night is about you, but it's more about the things that you care about. And for some reason, somehow, some blessing, some divine inspiration, we became one of the things that you care about. Not the office so much, not the UN necessarily, but the things that we stand for, the values we hold, the way in which we do our business, the kinds of people that we gather around us to do the things that we need to do. And for that, we're enormously grateful to you. I promised that I would consult my cheat sheet just so I wouldn't be any different than anyone else. I just figured, there was obviously a theme here, and I wanted to make sure that I got the theme right. Well, anyway, I can't find where I am in this speech, so it doesn't really make any difference. But I wanted to thank you, Christel, and I want to thank all of you for doing whatever it is you do in the world to heal the world, to make it a fairer place, to make it a happier place, so that the 14-year-old girl from Manhattan and the 15-year-old boy from Brazil can live in a world that they believe in. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much. A little change here. I want to introduce a bona fide Broadway star sitting over here waiting to sing. Carol Woods, come on up here, darling. This is a song that's very special. This is very special to Christel. And I went to see Carol Woods at 54 Below last week and at Iridium, and she was on Broadway many times. She's most famous for Mama Morton in Chicago. We have her here tonight, Miss Carol Woods, with a special song for Christel. Her favorite.
Thank you. I love you, Christel. I know that if you were running for president, if you were born in the United States, I know now who I would be voting for. No doubt in my mind, you are a president of the world. I am so happy that you were placed into my life, and likewise, you and Bob have been so inspirational to me. I am about getting ready to just guffaw because I'm so much in love with both of you. You show not only me, but the people that you have touched in this world what love really is. And what that child said about love, and we've been singing about it for years. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. How many times do we have to drum it in our heads? Love, love, love. I love you. And this is to you, my darling Christel. John Weber. No complaints. and no regrets. I still believe in chasing dreams and placing bets. But I have learned that all you give is all you get. So give it all you've got. I've had my share. I drank my fill. And even though I'm satisfied, I'm hungry still to see what's down another road beyond the hill and do it all again. So here's to life and every joy it brings. Here's to life for dreamers and their dreams. Funny how the time just flies, how love can go from warm hellos to sad goodbyes and leave you with the memories you've memorized to keep your winters warm. For there's no yes in yesterday, and who knows what tomorrow brings or takes away. As long as I'm still in the game, I want to play for laughs, for life, for love. So here's to life and every joy it brings. Here's to life, to dreamers and their dreams. May all your storms be weathered, and all that's good get better. Here's to life. Here's to love. Here's to you. May all your storms be weathered, and all that's good get better. Christel, here's to life. Here's to love. Here's to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Carol Woods. And now I'd like to bring to the stage, I'm going to change history tonight. I'm changing history. Husband number one, Bob.
Who also goes by the name B1. When KT and Bernie booked the room without talking to us, I was a little bit hesitant, and many thoughts went through my mind, like, what if no one comes? If the singers don't sing and the friends don't come, it will be a very lonely evening, but obviously it has not been. But I shifted right away gears from saying, why do it to why not? And a couple of thoughts passed through my mind when I thought about my wife. She's an artist, but with a singing spirit and a singing brush. She seeks to connect with her audience in a highly intimate way and in life as well. She celebrates family and life and living and loving. She's determined to move forward and is not afraid of falling down. She embraces change and doesn't avoid it. She's a natural, extensive, but natural storyteller who communicates as an artist with colors and shapes, rather as those who have entertained you this evening with lyrics and music. So here we are. Thank you, Eric, Bernie, KT, Rudy, all the wonderful performers, and all of you who have come to celebrate my W1. Thank you.
That was beautiful. Thank you. Stay right here. Stay right here, husband number one. And now it's time for me to call my soulmate, the love of my life, and the chairman of my board, Mrs. Joanne Firshpan. And I'd like to, at this time, call up Christel Ibsen. Hello. Yes. Did you see her hat, by the way? Talk about brushing your hair, huh? And now, Christel, you're a dear friend to all of us, and we always think of you with love, admiration, and appreciation. You are one of a few in a breed of true champions on this earth who give without expecting anything in return, except for the pleasure of making others happy. Christel, on behalf of the arts and the showbiz community in New York City, please accept this beautiful crystal, a crystal for Christel. It's a symbolic gift in recognition of your significant contribution and the generosity you've given over the years. And now, I know you want to say a few words. Just a few, not more than 4. But before we do that, I'd like to thank all of you for coming out tonight and sharing this beautiful celebration and birthday. And I'd like to thank our tech, AV tech, engineer, brilliant master at what he does, Mr. J.P. Perot, and the most incredibly talented John Weber. And my dear son, Jonathan Firshpan, who's the videographer today. He's got 6 cameras and streaming this live. And go ahead, you can applaud for my son. He deserved it. And my wonderful staff, who I adore. I love them dearly. And thank you all so much for coming. And now I think we're going to get KT back up here. Right, KT? Yeah, we're going to get KT and Tessie. Tessie, why don't you come up here? Tessie. Tessie's going to sing a song, I believe, right? In a different language. Okay? And you'll have to name that tune. Okay? John, I wonder if you know this song that she's going to be singing. Yeah. There she is. Here, doesn't she look beautiful tonight? Look at Tessie. Look how beautiful she looks. Gorgeous. Wonderful. You got it. Here. I'm going to lower this.
This
This is for me? Okay. My name is Stacy, and I came from the Philippines, and I am the humble servant of the Lord. For 20 years. And for the honor of my beloved Christel Ibsen for her 70th birthday, and I wish her a happy birthday, and I'm going to sing the Tagalog version of the happy birthday for her. Maligayang bati, maligayang bati, maligayang, maligaya, maligayang bati.
The lady of the evening, Christel Ibsen.
I feel less badly having a piece of paper after tonight, so. Oh, I do that. I told my. Okay, I have to stay here. Can you hear me? Okay. Thank you, Bernie. Thank you, Katie. And thank you, Russ. And for all of what you have done for me tonight. And thank you, all you wonderful, wonderful singers. Closer. Singers that are friends and that have been here tonight to help me. I want you to really know what joy your voices have brought into my life. And don't forget, this is into a woman that basically is deaf. My sister's here tonight, and she has the same hearing problem. And we were talking yesterday about that the worst thing that ever happened to us was that we lost music. And we, in my life, music was always on. I was always listening to music. And when I grew up, my father would come home from being at a hospital all day with all these tragedies. And the first thing he would do was he would play on the grand piano. And I would crawl underneath the piano and put my hand up and feel the vibrations of the keys and the things and almost think that he was paying attention to me and playing for me. What then happened when I got my hearing back, the problem was that it is analog and digital sounds don't work with it. So I cannot listen to radios and things like that. So with the cabaret, I suddenly could hear music again, and you gave me back music in my life, what is the greatest gift you could ever have given me. And we sing, there's no microphone, there's nothing, there's just a pure voice in these wonderful people singing for me and being there. And so I got music, and I became friends with all of you. And we had so much fun. Wow, do we have fun. I want to thank you all for coming tonight. And I want to give a special thank to Laura Anderson over there that created this amazing hat I'm wearing. And what Casey's wearing. And I was going to say, finish by saying, as Tessie would say, I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, Christel. Thanks for being in our lives. Now, would you bring the lights up, Jean-Pierre? You all have some words in front of you, and we're all going to sing it together for Christel. We're so glad Christel is in our life. Won't you all come up to the stage? Everyone who sang tonight, please come forward. I know you all have heard it. You'll sing it. That's all right. It's very clear our love is here to stay, not for a year,
but ever and a day. The radio and the telephone and the movies that we know may just be passing fancies, and in time may go. But oh my dear,
our love is here to stay. Together we're going a long, long way. In time the Rockies may crumble, Gibraltar may tumble. They're only
made of clay, but our love is here to stay.